BSC is really special. It's not really like any other college. We have exploration term, which is, in our case, in the theater's case, it's a 3-week period where you're focusing on one show. All the freshmen and all the seniors and anyone else who wants to audition is involved in the production. And whether or not you're cast in the show or if you're on crew, you are doing everything. So it's everyone in the theater working together on one production for 3 weeks.
Where the warm and fuzzy sea is always rumbling. La 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 la.
This exploration term, it's so essential to why I came to BSC. Starting the day from 9 to 12, the cast would work on the set. So we build the set pieces, we paint, we clean, we do whatever we can do to help the process. And then from then on, we'd be in rehearsal. So stress was a part of it. Being able to talk to each other, being able to help each other, being able to be there for each other, you know, it's a very intensive process. So you really have to be on each other's side.
So having multiple roles, not just acting-wise, but tech-wise, it was very interesting because to be able to do both of those at the same time was a very humbling experience because I got to experience the show from backstage while I was putting it on. So it was really great to know the tech side of the show while being able to be in the actual show.
And you really appreciate all aspects of theater here because you're not just on stage and you're not just like, you know, getting the praise of all the audience members every night. You're actually like working hard on something you really care about, and it's a group effort, and learning that collaboration is really important.
Like I know I have a lot of job offers coming up, and a lot of them I'm acting as well as doing carpentry because I have learned how to be a carpenter from this experience in interim, from working in the mornings doing carpentry to acting in the afternoons. And that has given me an upper hand in selection processes because I can say, yeah, I know how to use like a bandsaw, yeah, I know how to use a jigsaw. So honestly, it's essential to the job process because it really shows the students at BSC what you're getting into.
Anna Quirk was our dramaturg for the play, which is kind of like the historian of the piece who just takes you through what everything means and what the time period, what its relevance was. And we got to sit back and listen to her tell us all about Cornier and all these things that David Ives did with his actors in the original writings of this adaptation, and how they created what is the lyre. That input was very, very important to our process later on.
It's a part of that process, and it's not everything, but having that rich history in the back of your mind when you're performing, it's a tool that you can't not have. You know, it's absolutely essential because you're saying your lines and you're like, oh, yeah, this makes sense here, because you know, and then that makes an honest, visceral reaction, you know, and when an audience member sees that, an audience member likes that, you know, it's not feeling forced, they're not feeling like they're performing for them, they're just watching you be. I guess the biggest challenge, which seems kind of menial, like when you think about it, because it's not like really intellectual, is just learning the lines. Because I had so many lines, like being like the lead character, you know, you have all your speeches and your monologues and you're addressing to the audience, and so it was just so many words. So that was the biggest obstacle, was just putting all the work into it. I literally every night put in 2 to 3 hours after we rehearsed into it, and the staff and my peers were nice enough to take the time out to help me out because, you know, I had some struggles, and so they're like, well, let's sit out in the back and, you know, run through lines. So that was one of the biggest obstacles. And it was tough, but that's what we do interim for, because that's how the real role is.
The whole show is an iambic pentameter, which is da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. And so usually, this is a flaw, but I'm the type of actress who will get the basic lines down and then just kind of roll with it. And I'm very much so on improv. So this was definitely a challenge for me. It was hard to sit and actually have to memorize each line the way it's written, otherwise it wouldn't flow right and it wouldn't rhyme with what, Robbie or someone else was saying. I never thought that I would have been cast my freshman year, it was just such a great experience, and I've learned so much about myself as an actor, but then again, how to work with other people, which, as a senior in high school, I thought I knew everything, but just learning about myself as an actress and the way I work with other people is just so great, and I've learned more than I ever thought I could.
One of the best parts about interim is that you only have one focus, you only have one class. One of the hard parts about during like an actual semester is, yes, you're involved in a play and you have all of the things that go with that, but you also have 4 classes on top of that. And so it's really nice during interim of the fact that whatever you're passionate about, you can really just focus on that for 1 whole month.
Come on, 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 on.
Here at Birmingham Southern, we have a main stage, and then we also have a black box theater, the Underground, and that's where we had our show this January, The Liar. And it's a really intimate space. The audience is right there in front of you, and all of your facial expressions and gestures and things are really, really close up, and it's like the audience is right there in the show with you. On opening night, tension was really high, and the nerves are going, and everyone's in makeup and costume and big hair and big costumes. But it was really great to finally put it in front of an audience, and they responded really well. Laughed at all the right parts, cried at all the right parts. You really can't get this kind of experience anywhere else other than Birmingham Southern's exploration term. It's really unique.